We're back with Jason Mesnick and, of course, Molly Mullaney. Molly, how's your family doing through all this?
It's been a tough couple of weeks for all of us. You know, my family is just being very supportive, and they're trying to make sure that we're doing okay and handling all of the negativity okay, and just taking time every day to just focus on us rather than all the other stuff that's going on around us.
What about your dad? I mean, I imagined your dad would be like, forget it, kid.
No.
Get rid of this one, huh?
Because I'm a winner.
No, I just wondered because I saw your dad on the show and he made an impression on me.
Yeah. They loved Jason when they met him, and of course they were very skeptical when they heard what was going on. They had the same questions for Jason that I did. You know, I needed to understand what happened with Melissa and him, and I wanted to make sure he wasn't running back to me just because it didn't work out with Melissa.
Do you worry about that now, though? I mean, how do you not take some downtime?
Well, we certainly did not get back together right away, and I think that's something that people seem to think, that we walked off the stage and, oh, we're dating, but it took us a couple weeks to get to a really good place. And we
Sorry, I got a couple weeks.
Well, I know.
I know it's so tough because there's just a lot of things that I think maybe made you more compelling as a character. I mean, you have full custody of Ty?
No, I share custody with his mom.
So when you say single parent, I think it's sometimes hard for people because I got so many letters about that on our website before you were coming on. You know, saying I'm a single parent, I'm a single parent.
I think it kind of depends on what your definition of single parent is. I mean,
yeah,
I think a lot of people, you can become a single parent in a lot of different ways. Sometimes it's by choice, sometimes it's by adoption, or whatever it is. But I think it really depends, and that's kind of where, you know, the single parent thing is where my life is heading. You know, as far as what I've got passion around, how people really identify with me now is I've gone through this single parent thing, and that's actually kind of my next step after this is really trying to find a way to help single parents around the country. And I've started an organization called jasonsplace.com that's going to help single parents and all the resources and things they need.
But you can understand how a single parent who doesn't have somebody who is a full parenting partner would say, you know, even though you're divorced, you and your ex-wife are on good terms, and she's Ty's full-time mom, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so, I mean, we did get a lot of letters about that, and I think that was...
And I don't know, I mean, why it's not clear. I don't have control over any of that stuff, but I mean, I do consider myself, I mean, I'm with Ty alone a lot, and I do consider myself a single parent, but I do have his mom who does help out.
But you wouldn't say that to him?
No.
When he's old enough to have conversations, you wouldn't say, I'm a single parent.
No.
You would say, you have me and mom.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I guess it's an interesting way to look at it, but I mean, that's how I feel as a dad right now on my own.
Because you do talk about Ty a lot and the impression that this might make on him. And I think you'll grow a lot through it, you know, like we all do. I mean, nobody's perfect, and we all do things that we go, oh, you know, I wish I did this differently or that differently. What single part of this do you feel like, I wish I would have approached it differently?
Oh, I mean, absolutely. Having told Melissa in front of everybody, absolutely. I regret that.
Well, you regret it because of?
Because of the cameras were there. Because that I told, and you know, there was this public breakup in front of everybody, and she didn't deserve that. Nobody deserves that.
Molly, do you have any concerns about? I mean, I know that you said you're moving to Seattle.
Yeah, eventually. Right now, we're just trying to focus on transitioning our relationship into the real world.
Well, is it the real world yet? Because right now you're kind of in a foxhole emotionally, right? Yeah. You're kind of clinging to each other, I would suppose, like life rafts, going through, going through experiences like this. I mean, seeing a magazine like this on the rec, I heard that it made you sick to your stomach, right, Jason?
Well, you know, they approached us and they said, you know, we want to do something with you guys, and I thought that was a cool idea, and you have no idea what they're going to write about you. I think the article is very fair, but you know, when they want to sell their magazine and say some stuff that I think is very unfair, I just don't get it. I mean, everybody's fair to judge, you know, but I think to say some things that are not nice without knowing the entire story is just, I mean, Molly says it best, where we're real people. We're not actors in a TV show, and we make real mistakes, and we're just honest, real people, and I think people need to understand and listen to the whole story before they judge.
Have you talked to Melissa at all since that night on the show?
Yes, yeah. I mean, Melissa and I were actually on, you know, fairly good terms for a little while afterwards. I mean, she actually had sent me an email the very next morning, and then some of these rumors started flying around, and she started listening to them.
She felt that you were in communication with Molly the whole time.
Yeah, which is not true. I mean, I know that people can believe
So
what they
you
want.
guys had no contact at all?
He called once, right when I got back from New Zealand, just to
So
check
you
in.
did have contact?
Once.
Yeah, I get
Yeah.
permission from the producers so I could check in because I'd been there before. I said I felt like I remember what it was when Deanna, and all I did was want to talk to her and find out what some more than just 10 minutes on the set of what really happened, and I felt like I owed that to her.
Mm-hmm. And what happened with Melissa where you just felt like it's not going to work?
You know,
Was there a particular moment? Or?
No, it was just because we'd spent a bunch of weekends together, and we spent over a week together during Christmas, and all of a sudden it was, it wasn't like we had not a lot to talk about. We had so many silences, you know, and nothing to talk about, and it was supposed to be the best times in our life, especially that honeymoon stage, and I think we both knew that there was something really missing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
So the things you would change is just not tell her on.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, absolutely. I mean, even though she knew going on to the set, I mean, I would just have not shown up. I mean, I feel like I did the best I could because I felt like the other option was not showing up or letting everybody else who's experienced it or watching it believe whatever they want and believe that I was together with her when that wasn't the truth.
Well, no, I don't think that. You know, that's not the black and white case of it. When you say, you know, what people expect me to get married and be with somebody for the rest of my life and live a lie, I don't think it's that. I think it's like, you know, sit down with her and say, here's the deal. We have this opportunity. We have to do this last show. We both know it's not working out. I have feelings for Molly. Would you prefer that I not say that yet? What would be easier for you, since this is since you're kind of the injured party here? How would you like me to gracefully handle it out of respect for your heart?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then you guys could have gone on the show together and said, it hurts, but, you know, we agree.
That's exactly how, if I could play it in my mind, doing it again, that's exactly what I would want.
You should have called Bonnie.
I know.
What?
No, you know, no. I don't have the answer. But I do know in this business that you can get seduced by the story, and you might feel a little obligated to fulfill the fantasy of the producers that are doing some kind of reality show. Maybe just a little part of you thought, oh, this will be really dramatic, and I'll turn and I'll get Molly, and it'll be really, and then all of a sudden it took a different turn, and it's like, oh my, this is not.
I hate that all had to play out on camera. And that thought never crossed my mind, that it would be more dramatic. I think that's one of the things, I mean, there's cameras going here now, and it doesn't matter to me. I mean, what matters is, you know, the choices I made and the mistakes that I made. And so the cameras really don't matter. That never played in my mind at all.
Well, I hope that the two of you, and of course my heart's with Molly, because like any girl, I'm like, I don't know. You know, I'm a little anxious for her. I know, Jason, that you don't mean your intent isn't to go and hurt anybody.
No.
But, you know, we do have patterns, and, you know, you got to be. What? I'm just saying that there was a lot of women on the show. There was a lot of intimate one thing to the next. He's very fortunate that you are very understanding and want to give this an opportunity. I think it's nice that you want to open your heart.
Well, I think when you're in a relationship, you can never sit back and think, oh my gosh, is he going to break up with me at some point? You have to just put your heart into it.
Yeah, and you know, okay. I wish you both the best.
Thank you.
I do.
Thank you.
You can catch the new season of The Bachelorette starting on, you almost were The Bachelorette, correct?
No.
Yes, she was. And then you found out and panicked, didn't you? Kind of? Kind of? You can't? Why are you looking at me like that?
What do you mean? I mean, there's a lot. There's
a lot to the story, isn't there?
There's a lot, yeah.
All right, well, part 2 tomorrow. The Bachelorette is starting on May 18th on ABC. We'll be right back.